Welcome back everybody, Kai Swans here with another episode of Football Manager 2016 with FC Nürnberg, and because I'm a complete idiot, I forgot to record the sound for this episode, so we have 2 games against Barcelona and Salzburg with no audio, so I'm recording over it now. That's what I'm doing at the moment, and so it may be a bit off. I apologise for that completely, it's my fault, but they're really good games, so I really want to show them. Now, since the last episode, 2 games against Porto, which was some time ago, apologies for that as well, I've been quite busy recently. It was 2 really good results, 2-2 draw, I think it was, against Schalke. Brilliant result, especially considering Schalke and Leverkusen, another team we played, are top teams in the division. They're not quite Dortmund and Bayern, but they're just below them, and that's the group of teams I'm trying to beat at the moment. Here we have it then, a 2-2 draw against Schalke, really good result, especially considering they're like in the top 4, and as I said before, one of the better teams in Germany. And the game afterwards, again, a brilliant result, 2-1 against Bayer Leverkusen, really pushes us up the table, beating the teams that are sort of competing for our position, so I'm really pleased with these results. And they've seen us recapture some of the form that we sort of dropped a bit over the last few games, losing to Porto and to Werder Bremen in the Cup, etc. Hopefully we can get some more wins on the belt, especially coming up against this Barcelona game, which is obviously one of the hardest games you'll ever play in FM. So, thanks to Augsburg beating Bayern last weekend, so a 1-0 loss for Bayern, we've actually overtaken them in the league, which is absolutely amazing. I really wasn't expecting that, and yeah, we've managed to get a tiny little bit of a gap between us and them, and hopefully we can extend that in the next few games. We're also top of the Champions League, as you see, but it's going to change any second because we're playing Barcelona now. If they win, we're possibly even third, but if we win, then we have qualified for the next round of Champions League. And onto the team now quickly. Here's the squad, as you can see. I can't actually see the names, it's too small for me at the moment, but it's a fairly standard 4-3-3 with 2 defensive mids and playing a fairly strong lineup. I'm quite pleased with Enzana getting a call up due to he's actually from the youth academy at Nürnberg, which I'm really pleased with. I'm glad he can get into the team, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the game. So we're up against the strongest of opposition today, Messi on the right wing, Neymar on the left wing, Dennis and Luis Suarez up front. It's just such an amazing squad they've got there, and well, I'm frightened that any one of their players could walk into our team. It's really such a big gulf in class. I think Bayern and Dortmund are hard, but this game will be hard. I'm going to go in hard on everybody and see you guys in the first highlight. So there was absolutely no highlights in the first half, apart from Belhanda getting an injury. Well, that wasn't a highlight, that just popped up. He's got a dead leg, nothing too bad. I'm going to leave him on the pitch for now. And we haven't had a shot on target yet. Barcelona have dominated. I think they had about 8, 9, 10 shots by this point. We haven't even had a shot, let alone a shot on target, I should have said. We're being absolutely hammered, but there's been no highlights, which is rather significant. No clear-cut chances, and hopefully we can hold on, because a 0-0 draw is frankly amazing. It will keep us in that top 2, which makes the next game a lot easier. It leaves the destiny in our hands, and I'm going to let my assistant manager sort out the team talk, because I agree with what he said there. You can see the stats now. It's a very one-sided game, but there's been no highlights, as you can see. The only things that has happened of note in the game is the injury to Belhanda and a yellow card. So see you guys in a second. Still 0-0 and still no shots by us, but still no highlights. So overall, it's looking okay. I'm not too worried. I'm going to try and make some changes to try and maybe even win the game. As they've made all 3, we do have the option to bring on a player to help us out. And here we are making the 3rd change now. I've brought off all 3 of my attacking options to bring on new ones, to possibly with pace be able to counter and get a goal with our first shot, which would be amazing. As you can see, utter domination by Barcelona, but no highlights, and more importantly, no goals. Hopefully we can see out another, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and get to full time with a 0-0 scoreline, which would be absolutely amazing. Oh, saying that, they've got a highlight here. Oh, is that us? I can't see. That's us with highlight, corner whipped in, cleared, and Messi's got the ball now on the counter. I remember this highlight now. Messi's on the counter. It's always bad when Messi gets the ball in the box, but thankfully it's wide. It's saved wide, and the corner's not written. Oh no, we do get to see the corner. That's the one. Corner whipped in, and it's headed clear by us, and we get a counter, but it works to nothing, and that's the end of the highlight. So we're heading to full time now, 0-0, still no shots by us, but we can hopefully get that point as Barcelona have the last attack of the game. It's cleared by us, only as far as somebody on the right wing. They get one last attack, get in the box, and it's game over, 0-0. What a game. That is a defensive masterclass. We haven't been able to attack at all game. We've been utterly dominated by Barcelona in the Camp Nou, but we have come away with a point, which is absolutely incredible. and it does leave us in the top 2 of our group. Naturally, Porto beat Salzburg. I can't actually see from here whether or not they did, but I'm guessing they did. And yeah, we've got a good chance of progressing should we beat Salzburg in the next game. So between the Barcelona and Salzburg game, we had 3 games. All 3 we won, 2 of which, ones against Werder Bremen and Darmstadt, were actually comeback wins, rather late as well. Especially the Darmstadt one, I think that was like 80th minute we got the last 2 goals, which was quite impressive to say the least, that we did manage to get the points in those 3 games. I was worried for long time. But we did manage to win all 3, and it looked rather comfortable actually, so that's good, getting some good form back in the books after those disappointing few games previously against like Porto and Werder Bremen. We did get our revenge back, so yeah, that's really good, getting some good wins. And Borussia Mönchengladbach obviously is always an amazing win. They're one of the better sides in Germany, one of those vying for a Champions League spot, so the fact that we could beat them is rather impressive, and I'm really pleased with the results. Bayern, however, have dropped points, dropped like a fly. Look at that, look at all those losses and draws, and we're about to see a league table and see where that leaves us. It leaves us with a 9-point lead, which is absolutely incredible. I was not expecting to win the league, and I still don't, because it's what, only just December now, not even December, and yeah, we're going to drop some more points as the season progresses, but the longer this lasts the better, and the more of a gap we can get to hopefully put a safety net between us and maybe even win the league, although I still think we're going to mess up. I can't see us maintaining this, especially with what Bayern Munich's 6 seasons on the trot. Anyway, against Salzburg we're playing a very similar team to last time, but it's narrow this time I believe. We'll see in a second. As you see, a win today sees us qualify and lock Barcelona out, which would be amazing. The other option is Porto beating Barcelona, but I don't want to rely on that. So here we are, narrow, 4-3-3, 3 in the midfield. I've gone for this tactic to sort of shake things up a bit, because you know, I've got enough players on the bench, you see a Coco and the likes, to suddenly switch to a wide tactic, but I'd like to play narrow and sort of dominate the midfield and play them at their own game is sort of the aim in this game. So yeah, as you see, there's the lineup. Yeah, see you in a second. Here's opposition today. Not many players recognise. Yabo, I think he's a free transfer at the start of the game or something. Used to play in the German leagues, so recognise him from Köln or something. Yeah, there we are. I double checked. Wow, impressive. Past me also recognised this name. But yeah, apart from that, I don't recognise many of the other players, all from Salzburg. Have done save in Austria, so I've played against Salzburg a fair bit. I did it with one of the lower sides. It was quite fun actually. Austrian league is quite a fun one. They've got some interesting rules to do with playing Austrian players. You get money depending on how many appearances you get. But yeah, we're going to go into the game, do the team talk and start the match. So no highlights so far, but look at the way that Salzburg have dominated the match. They've had so many more passes, so much more possession. Well, yeah, it's just that's quite incredible. Saying that, there's a chance now for us. Can we get a good chance on the counter? In the edge of the box, can he whip the ball in? He gets the ball in. So there's a bit of a mess. Nope. The ball on the left flank, gets the ball in. And nope, and it's saved. Unfortunately, we can't capitalise from, well, the first chance of the game. I couldn't read the name, sorry, because the screen I'm using is rather fuzzy, so I can't read anything, but hopefully it's not too bad. I apologise again. So here we have another chance again. Ball hit forward as usual. Salzburg are dominating the game, but we have got the only 2 highlights of the game have actually gone our way. The ball's back in defence with us. We're passing it forward in midfield, forward a bit, out to that left side. Can you get a decent ball in? At all? I don't know who's got the ball now, but they're passing it around. I can see the names flicking places. Passing out right to that right flank. Can you get a good ball in? He can. It's a bit of a mess. It's back out to right flank. Can you get a second ball in? He can. And in the mess, somebody capitalises. I think it's Fulkrug, and gets the goal, which is really important because despite dominating, Salzburg are 1-0 down. So at half time I decided to change up the formation because we were being absolutely dominated by the Salzburg team, so I've put more emphasis on getting the ball down the flanks, and hopefully they won't be expecting it because it's completely different to our tactic had before. So having these really attacking fullbacks and almost strikers inside forwards in attack, I can get some decent goals and surprise them and yeah, try and dominate the game that we should be dominating, not as it currently is going. So first attack of the second half goes to Salzburg. Salzburg passing the ball forward, and we've cleared only as far as another Salzburg player gets out wide to that right flank, and what's he going to do with the ball now? Passes it back out wide to the right flank and into the middle, and he suddenly launches a through ball which their striker gets hold of, and it's 1-1. Salzburg have finally got a goal for all their domination in the game, which is really disappointing, to be honest. I was I was thinking we could beat Salzburg with ease. Unfortunately, it looks like we can't even beat them. We're going to draw. And it's not even like we've been FM'd. They have dominated the game so far. And here we see lovely through ball by their midfielder to the striker. So I didn't show the highlights of my game. It sort of was a bit... It was acting up, so I decided to leave it out. Admit it is better. And yeah, they've got a goal now, unfortunately. That's rather gutting. I remember this. This was just devastating. I forgot to press record and I just looked up and it was 2-1. I just... No emotion. It was just out of nowhere, throw in suddenly into the box. It was like Iceland in the Euros, and yeah, there we are, 2-1. We're losing to Salzburg. That is just disappointing, and I'm going to change the tactic to a 4-2-3-1, I think I did, to try and get a goal in this somewhere. And here we have Salzburg with another attack down their left flank, our right, and then, well, Reykjavik, I think his name is, I can't remember his name, Stukjevik, that's the one, does a really bad foul and gets a red card, which just leaves us in a mess. That's the tactic I was using for the second half. I was losing with it, and I'm just going to make no changes, leave it as it is, because there's really not much hope when we're being utterly dominated and we can't win. I'm just going to keep it as it is, try and get a goal possibly, but the hope's alive, but I doubt it, as, yeah, there we are, full time, 2-1 to Salzburg. The only thing I'm relying on now is should Porto have won, and well, unfortunately, because this is a re-recording, you can't see the motion that I had when I clicked next. It wasn't this next, it was the next I clicked. Next? Yeah, I'm talking loads of words now. Porto had actually beaten Barcelona, which was absolutely incredible. I was expecting a Europa League run, but yeah, that is such good news for us, and it sees us qualify for the next round of the Champions League, which I am over the moon with. It's genuinely an amazing feat, and yeah, it's great news. So again, apologies for this episode being a bit of a mess, to be honest. I'm really sorry, I was not expecting it. I just did a stupid mistake and it's my bad. The next episode will be a transfer deadline day special, possibly across the month. If there's any interesting transfers, I'll show you that, and it'll also be the game against Borussia Dortmund, which is a really big game, and hopefully we can finally win it. I was just checking now when the Champions League draw is. It's too far in the future, so I'm not going to show it. But yeah, brilliant. I did that in the previous recording. But yeah, brilliant results in this episode. We're through to the Champions League next round, and see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, goodbye.